I'd like to say that we're doing everything possible.
Anytime you're dealing with a fire,
This is tough.
accident, suicide, whatever,
The fire was so hot and damaged and destroyed a lot of
you're on a
evidence.
heightened sense of alert.
With evidence that we do
Because
have and have collected,
it could be anything.
we're doing our best.
Fire's a great way to cover up a crime.
People that I know that are familiar with investigations say the first 48, 72 hours are very critical.
Sarah Pagonis is a reporter with the Times-Picayune New Orleans Advocate. We work a lot together on investigations.
And it would just seem to me from some of the things that we've found out that the first 48 to 72 hours are a missed opportunity in this case.
The morning of the murder, Nanette went to McDonald's. At least that's what the sheriff's office says.
She was alone in the car except for a dog. There was not another person, and that police say that she was not followed.
The sheriff's office has grainy video from a nearby Walgreens of Nanette's car, at least that's what they believe is Nanette's car, ordering at the drive-thru at McDonald's. People who think it's Nanette believe that the motion in the car is her little dog, Harley. But other family members are skeptical. They don't believe that it's her.
Some of the family thinks it's possible Nanette was killed the night before the fire.
We've got Chad and Amy here. Shelby's here. Detective Buckner.
A year after Nanette's death, Sheriff Smith showed the video to some of her family members. Others listened in on the phone.
We want to release it to the media, but there's some things that came up this morning. And now watching the video, there was just some cars that were in the drive up behind her. We want to try to see their transactions.
I mean, why wouldn't we have checked those cars out within the last year? I mean, why are we doing that now?
There's a security camera somewhere on this road that captured Nanette coming back to the property at 9:11 a.m. the morning she died.
If it is her in the car, which the sheriff's office and her husband, Steve Krentel, seem confident it is, that was the last time Nanette was seen alive. Her phone records show an outgoing call to Kmart about a prescription at 10:03 a.m. Then a mysterious outgoing phone call from her cell phone.
It was roughly an hour before the 911 call was the last phone call from her phone. And it was to an local individual, who I sat down with and spoke to. And she says it has to be a misdial. I don't know Nan, never known Nan, didn't know Steve.
So let's talk about the timeline of the investigation.
Steve Krentel's fire department truck had what's sometimes called a tattletale camera, one that kicks on when the truck goes at a high speed or quickly changes direction. This is video from the day of the fire.
You can see the sheriff's units who were the first to arrive, and then Steve's unit is also the first to arrive, the first fire unit to arrive at the scene.
The state fire marshal says they got the call to investigate it at 4, 2 hours later.
Hey, this is Steve. Can you get a call as soon as you get this, please? A cell phone.
He told me that Nanette had died that afternoon in a house fire.
Dad called and said, Kim, Nanette's dead. And I just, what? And just immediately started screaming, they killed her. Pretty much just like this.
9 p.m., Nanette's remains are removed. The sheriff's office secures the scene for the night.
They find the body, fatal fire. Then it's like, well, where did it start? How did it start? Was it intentionally set? All of those questions are supposed to be answered by the state fire marshal in their investigation.
The state fire marshal will only officially say the fire was intentionally set. Sources close to the investigation say they found Nanette laying on her back on the floor of the master bathroom. Her killer doused the DVR that recorded the Krentel surveillance cameras in the living room and parts of the master bedroom with accelerant, then set the fire in at least 2 places. If there were any clues to what happened to Nanette on that DVR, they were consumed by the fire. Even the FBI could not retrieve the video. 9 a.m., the autopsy. The St. Tammany Parish coroner finds the bullet. Quote, At this time, scene custody became shared or joint among agencies. The scene was released Saturday evening.
When do you release the scene back to whoever the scene belongs to?
When you're absolutely comfortable that you've got everything.
Everything. Because once the scene is handed back to the homeowner, in this case, Steve Krentel, the evidence can be tainted. 2 days later, on Monday, Nanette's family arrives from Iowa.
And as soon as we pulled up, I pulled Kim aside. I said, this ain't right. This hasn't even, nobody's even investigated this.
Kim Watson, Nanette's half-sister, is a criminal prosecutor.
Standing there, I'm taking pictures. I thought, disbelief that there's nothing's gonna really be able to come from this.
Rubble and ash was pretty deep all across that slab.
It was. I seen the scene Monday morning. I was on it. And we also seen a gun in plain sight, an AR-style gun that was left behind by the law enforcement.
Okay.
And I'm
it
just...
was later recovered. Yes, it was later recovered. And again, we were looking for a handgun and not a long gun.
Randy found a gun left behind. Steve Krentel says he questioned the quality of the search too, so he asked a friend to take this drone video, and he hired a private arson investigator named Rick Jones. He declined to comment, but sources close to the investigation say Jones found a shotgun and the carcasses of the Krentel's 2 cats that the fire marshal and the sheriff's office left behind.
The fire marshal did their processing with it, released it, and then we went back under search warrant again after we realized the first 2 guns collected didn't match the projectile from the autopsy.
Steve Krentel says the couple had 30 guns. The sources say investigators left the DVR for the surveillance cameras behind too. So the state fire marshal and the St. Tammany Sheriff's Office re-secured the scene 5 days later to look for evidence again. Look at the difference in these photos. Steve Krentel says this picture is after the first search on Saturday, and this is after the second search the following Thursday. That's when sheriff's investigators found Nanette's .40 caliber Springfield handgun.
Every case is different. You just follow the evidentiary trail. Some are pretty direct, some take quite a while, and they take a lot of twists and turns.
But you can't follow the trail of evidence if you haven't collected the evidence.
Or had it analyzed, yeah.
Detectives told the family Nanette's .40 caliber Springfield could not be ruled out as the murder weapon.
She had her Springfield in her purse. That was when her and Steve both got matching.
The Krentels liked to target shoot. Their house is on 100 acres of largely wooded land.
And so she told Dad, you know, this one goes with me always. I'm always safe. She felt comfortable. She felt like, I got this. I can protect myself.
Protect herself from what?
She was afraid, and it just said, this is coming to a head.
Or who?
Nan was scared to death of him.
Her family got email after email in the months, weeks, even days leading up to the fire, all fearful of one person.